Hey YouTube, Liz here. I just wanted to pop in with a quick update because I know that I haven't put one out in a long time. Things have been a little bit hectic, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna try and get into it. I ain't gonna try and lie to you. Like, I fell off that wagon. I fell off that wagon. It wasn't so much the diet in and of itself that like made me fall off the wagon. I'm still kind of struggling a little bit with food addiction, and especially when I get really stressed out, I tend to binge eat, and I'm trying to do a better job of like not punishing myself after binging. And oddly, on this particular diet, that happens very rarely. I actually don't binge nearly as much as I used to, because I used to do it at least like every day. But now, now I don't feel really the need to binge often. But I did have like a week-long episode where I was off the wagon. Not this week, but last week. Today is Tuesday the 3rd. Yeah, today is Tuesday the 3rd, and I am getting back into trying to get back into ketosis, and it's been rough. I did put back on some weight because of the binging that I did do. My lowest weight up until this point had been 124 and kilos, 124 kilos. And because of the binging, I did put back on, I'm 127.5 kilos right now. And I know, I am aware that a lot of that is water. And that's why I'm not like trying to like hardcore punish myself. I had about 4 days where I was eating a lot of carbs. Well, not like a lot of carbs, but more carbs than I've eaten in, I don't know, 10 weeks. I mean, it's been 10 weeks since I've been started keto. And, you know, I had like French fries and fried chicken with the skin, you know, so the breaded part, I had that. I had mandu, and and I had ice cream. What else did I have? I'm sure I had a bunch of other stupid shit. So I did have like a few days where I was just like eating whatever the fuck I felt like eating. And it was because I had been emotionally triggered. I'm having a little bit of a row with my husband right now, who's deployed overseas. And so it is sometimes the stress of being a single mom of 5 children, 4 of them teenage girls. Sometimes that gets to me. Yeah. And it did get to me these last couple of weeks, and because of that, I had some issues, you know, being a mom of a bunch of teen girls. And, you know, I wish I could say I got this mom thing down, but I literally walked into being a mom of 5 overnight. Well, a mom of 4 overnight and a mom of 5 within a year. So, still really, really working on that teen mom thing, or, you know, being a mom of teens. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. But my kids are great, and they really help me out a lot. But on occasion, it is stressful, and things get a little overwhelming, and I binge. And that's kind of Honestly, that type of stress, adjusting to a new culture, a new life, a new language, a new role, in the first 3 years of my marriage is why I went from being, 100 kilos to being 134 kilos or 135 kilos in, 3 years. So I'm still working on it. Moving, you know, moving through things a little bit easier now. And I'm really finding that this helps. This diet really helps me keep a clear head and keep a stable mood, and a more open demeanor, I guess, like just being less affected by small things that teenagers tend to do, like not rinse their dishes. But that's, this, it's something that's so stupid and so silly, but can become so irritating so quickly, right? And if you're a mother of teenagers, I'm sure that you understand, okay? I know you get me. So yes, I did have a few days of binging behavior, and I I'm paying the piper. I put on a good 3 kilos. Right now I'm 127.5 kilos, and I'm working my way back down, getting back on the bandwagon. I am doing a I'm doing OMAD right now as much as possible. Although I can't really eat all of my calories in one meal because of those longer fasts that I did. So it's a little bit difficult to get everything in one meal, but I usually can get most of my calories within a couple of hours. So that's kind of my like OMAD. It's really more like 22-hour fasting. And then I would like to slip into doing alternate day fasting, where I will be doing complete alternate day fasting. Not like where there's 500 calories, but like going 36 hours or longer, maybe a little bit longer because I'm doing OMAD. But going, I guess that is almost like 48 hours, isn't it? Yeah, so I'd be basically doing like 48-hour fasts every time, on a consistent basis. And I really want to do that. I also would like to try a much, 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 much longer fast. I would really like to try maybe a 30-day fast. And I keep telling myself I'm going to do it, and then I get to that day and I'm like, you know what, I need food right now. And it's that emotional pull towards, I'm not even hungry. Like honestly, my body's like, yeah, let's do it. Let's try this fast out. And because I do feel good on fasting, I really do. Especially like day 3, day 4, I feel really good. So I know that it feels good. I know that I like it, but at the same time, I'm still having such a strong emotional trigger that it's like I keep delaying it. And I know that's me saying mentally, I'm not ready to do an extended long-term fast. So I think what I'm going to do is use the month of September to get myself into alternate day fasting and maybe do a couple of, 48-hour or 36-hour, maybe even a couple 72-hour, because I did 2 or 3 72 hours last month and I loved it. It was awesome. And right about like hour 68, I could really feel that my metabolism had dropped a little bit. Like I started feeling tired. And so I think that's kind of my cue right now. Like 68 hours is like genuinely when my body goes, okay, we're gonna slow things down. But up until that point, I feel like ripcord ready to go. The reason why I want to do a long-term fast, a really long-term fast, is because I'm significantly overweight, and I think that I could really benefit from the autophagy that occurs with a very extreme long-term fast. You can get autophagy anyway from shorter long-term fasts, but it's not quite as extensive, so that would be the goal. I've seen a lot of accounts of people who go through with these long-term fasts, real long-term fasts, some of them for over 100 days or whatever. And, these people are losing 200-300 pounds and they don't have any extra skin. So for a woman, well, I'm sure it matters to men, obviously, but for me, the possibility of not having to go through with like skin removal surgery, it means a lot. It's very good. My kids just turned on the AC because it's raining outside. Just a moment. Okay, sorry about that. But anyway, some non-scale victories though that I've been experiencing, even though I have gained weight and my body mass is still changing. I'm still holding a lot of water. I'm sure you can see it here that my double chin is back in full force. So I've got some extra water weight there. And I also obviously have extra fat from the binging. But I managed to get my hiney into a pair of size 18 jeans. Thank you very much. And I realized that that's not exciting for a lot of people. That's exciting for me, okay? Because I was in like a size 24 or, I don't know, somewhere between 24 and 26. Yeah. So I'm very excited by the prospect that I have been able to get into a size 18. 1820s is where I'm sitting right now. So I am very happy with that progress. And I look forward to having better progress as the days go on. Today was supposed to be a fasting day, and I just didn't do it. I had coffee in the morning, and I didn't eat a meal until 5 o'clock, 5:30? No, earlier than that. 4:30. I had a meal at 4:30, and it was a big meal, and lots and lots of protein and some asparagus and stuff. It was probably a good 1,000-calorie meal, and maybe even more, maybe like 1,200 calories. And no, probably not 1,200 calories. I overestimate calories when it comes to like vegetables a lot of the time. But not that I'm not concerned about calories. My main concern with calories is that I'm eating enough on the days that I'm not fasting, because I don't want my metabolism to drop. And kind of my mechanism right now for weight loss is maintain on days that I'm not fasting, and kind of just go through the motions and allow my body to, eat fat when I'm fasted, and use the stored energy, or even store the energy that I'm eating if I need to, although I should be just maintaining, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But then on my fasted days, that's when my body goes full force and takes the fat off of my body. And in that way, I keep my caloric levels up high enough that my metabolism stays where it needs to be. And I don't lose that. Yeah. If you need a better explanation on that, you can definitely check out Dr. Fung. He's great. Dr. Jason Fung. He is wonderful. I know I mention him all the time, but it's because he's great. He has such a knack for explaining things that are extremely complicated in a very uncomplicated and easily absorbable way. So go check him out. But yeah, that was just what I wanted to do. I just wanted to jump on here. I am currently going back again through the keto flu. I am drinking mineral water to kind of help ease the transition. And so far it's pretty good. I'm getting headaches, and I'm getting some cramping in my legs again. So obviously I need to kick up my salt intake. Part of that, though, is because I haven't been drinking enough water. So I really need to just kick up my water intake. So I will be doing that. But yeah, so there is your update. And I will try really hard to make sure that I am giving more consistent updates. To be honest, I was ashamed, and that's why I did not post. I was ashamed of my behavior. I was ashamed that I wasn't keeping things going the way I wanted to. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and I like things to just be my way, and when they're not, it's a little difficult. And so I was a little ashamed that I had not stuck to the plan. And, but, you know, shit happens. Here I am. And not quitting, just starting over. So onward and upward from here. So I will hopefully have another update for you by the end of the week. I'm going to try and give updates on Fridays and do it that way because my schedule is better on Fridays now. So I will talk to you on Friday with an update on weight and hopefully weight loss. Have a good day.